Hi guys, this is Louis Bog from Louis Blog, and this is going to be our new editing rig. We're going to be using a AMD Ryzen 7 1700. That's 8 cores, 16 threads, and of course we have here MSI's X370 SLI Plus. Okay, the reasons why we chose these parts is, first of all, Ryzen is it's the best value that your money can buy right now for CPUs. I mean, for rendering CPUs, for a lot of processing power. It has 8 cores and 16 threads. Its base clock is 3 gigahertz. It's uh, it's similar to Broadwell E in IPC. So clock per clock, they compute almost the same, and it also has 20 megabytes of cache. 16 megabytes is the victim cache, and for the X370, this is actually the cheapest X370 board that we can find, and it gives us a lot of I/O to the back, so that comes into a lot of the production that we need for producing videos. Okay, and let's just go over how much this cost. Okay, it won't focus, but anyway, it comes up to 25,000. So that's around $500, and nothing, nothing from Intel comes close to that value. Uh, for the R7 1700, here in the Philippines, it actually costs as much as the i7 7700K, but at half the cores, it doesn't doesn't give the same value proposition as AMD is offering right now. Okay, so now we're going to unbox this. Uh, okay, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to open it right away, so I'm just using my phone right now to take a video. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at the box. It looks so cool. Orange and red and gray. I think that that design looks cool. Okay, out of the box, we have here AMD stock weight cooler for 1700. It's actually RGB. Take a look. It's actually really beefy. Wow. It's really big. AMD. Anyway, let me put that aside. Oh, this one has RGB built into it. So, and based on the reviews of other YouTubers, it actually the stock cooler actually is pretty good. It keeps the processor well within thermal limits. And the reason why we went with a 1700 and nothing above that is because here in the Philippines, this one costs around 17,000 pesos. That's roughly around 340 US dollars. So it's actually pricier here, and the 1700X is at $400, while the 1800X is actually somewhere around $540. So not a lot of good value there. You know, we go with this. It already has a stock cooler, and it's all of the top SKUs. They actually overclock to the same level. So there's no point spending that extra for not a lot of additional performance. Okay, next that we're going to unbox is the motherboard. Yeah, I was actually supposed to get the B351, the Asus Prime, but they were out of stock, so this is actually the next best thing. Oh, the wait, it doesn't want to open. It's really, oh, okay, okay, looks really premium. Here's the motherboard. Let's open that up. I'm really sorry because it's holding my phone, using it as a camera. Okay, here's a motherboard. It's actually one of the best value motherboards out there. Here in the Philippines, this one goes for around $160 only. So if you can see here, it has all of these. The reason why I didn't go with the Mortar Arctic is because it doesn't have these on. So it's aesthetics wise, this one actually looks the best after the Asus B350 Prime Plus. So that is my recommendation. If that isn't available, this is the one that you should be getting. Okay, let's look at what the motherboard comes with. So we have here our CD for drivers, installation instructions, and a thank you card. It's really cool that MSI puts these into all of their products. Okay, okay. One thing that I don't really like is that it only has two SATA cables. I mean, if you're going production, I mean, if you're going with an X370 board, you are going to need more than two, right? Okay, I don't really like that. Okay, and we have here the back plate and configurations for memory. With this build, we're actually going to use up all 4 of the slots. We're going with a 4 sticks of 4 gigs of G-Skill 3200 megahertz, which I actually got for very cheap, somewhere around $80 only. Okay, anyway, that's it. I think we've gone through all of this stuff, and I'm going to upload this one, and probably next week I'm going to upload a build guide. I'm going to do a quick build, time-lapse build of our Ryzen system. Let's just go ahead and prepare all the things that we'll be needing. Okay, I took out the cooler, stock cooler. I have the LED strip, and we also have here the Ryzen processor and the motherboard. Okay, so normally what people would do is they would lay down a anti-static or rather anything that's non-conductive to build the motherboard on, but we can actually use a box. So I'm just going to take the motherboard, going to put the plastic top of the case, and oh, by the way, let's just take a look at the back. This motherboard actually looks pretty nice. Okay, and we're going to lay it down there. Let's go over it. The I/O. So this is a VGA out, a HDMI out. I think a 3.1 to 3.0. A USB out. USB Type C. Oh, okay. I don't know how many 3.1s it has, but this one, these are 2.0 only. HD audio. This is the heatsink for our chipset, and we actually can do up to 3 cards at the same time, I think. But anyway, this motherboard already has 2. It already supports 2. It already supports SLI, and it has those armored PCIe slots they call. Okay, we actually need to take these off because the stock heatsink actually screws in. It doesn't latches on like the old design. But if you actually have another one of the other coolers that support these, I actually would recommend using these instead, because the mounting holes for the AM4 is actually a bit wider, so all of the AM3 peripherals won't work with Ryzen. Okay, so already took those off. Next is we're going to take this and we're going to put it here. There's there's actually a small rubber stopper here. If you remove it, it will reveal where the cable goes in. Okay, it's really hard to hold the camera and do everything using one hand, so I'm just gonna skip over that. Okay, cool. I was able to untangle it. Now going to put one end here. It's supposed to go this side up. I think so. Hope I don't break it. Okay. Okay, we just took out the processor out from the box, and we just need to check first how we're going to orient this. Oh, wait. Align the back plate. Okay. Let's open the processor. Okay, and how we're actually going to put this is there should be, oh, look at that, a lot of pins. Need to be careful with Ryzen, with AMD processor, because they still have the pins at the back of the processor. Okay, so we're just going to open this, and if you actually take a closer look, there is an arrow there. we're going to align the arrow on the processor to go there, and this doesn't take any pressure, should fit in, no movement, and we're going to close that one, and that's it. It's really easy, right? Okay, and let's go take a look at this. The problem here with the stock cooler, or rather with the motherboard, is that if we install it, if you look at the stock logo, AMD logo, it actually will sit on its side once you have it up inside your case. It's going to look like this, right? Or we can have it over the other side. We're going to go with this orientation because all of the other text in the Pro Series sticker goes in like that. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're just going to align all of the screws. So we're going to screw this one side, this other side next. Okay, and we're going to do these next. We need to do this in a crisscross pattern so that it sits perfectly. I mean, the tension's good. Oh, the screws actually have a lot of travel. Don't know why. Okay, once that's done, we're going to look for the CPU fan header, and it looks like it should go here. If you actually take a look, it says there CPU fan 1, so it's actually keyed, so you won't be able to put it in any other way. Once you push that in, should be good. And next, we need to look for the one that controls our RGB. Okay. Well, and yeah, it does look like the RGB should actually be going here, the one that says J LED 1. Okay, the build that we're going to put this on won't have any RGB on it, so we'll just be controlling the one here around the fan. Okay, it actually has an arrow here, and it's actually for power. Now, we need to put that one here over the one that says 12 volts. Okay, that actually looks good. We'll just get a power supply and test if the system posts. Okay. Okay. So just plug in my testing power supply. Put in the 20 pin and the 8 pin here. So we're just going to check if it's going to boot. And we also just put in one piece of RAM there. I'm just going to test and see if the motherboard's good. Okay, so without further ado, we're actually going to try and short the motherboard. Okay, let's look for the power. It's normally down here. Just need to look where. Where's the power? Don't know where the power is. Actually shows here that you need to look for GFP1, and it's over the bottom right. So we need to actually short pins 6 and 8. So those are going to be the layout's going to be 1, 2. So it's going to look like this. The layout's going to look like this. You know, starting from 1, 1, 9 at the end, 9, 10 is no pin. So we need to short 6 and 8, which is the top 2 pins over here, 6 and 8, and let's do it. Okay, hope it works. Hope it's not busted. Okay, so touching those, will you look at that? It's working properly. Booted, so just need to turn that off. Okay, guys, we actually need to stop the build at this point because I just wanted to test the motherboard and processor first. I actually still need to buy an ATX case. Is the one that I have over there. It actually just supports micro ATX. So probably next week I'll have that posted. As a moment ago, I'll actually be installing 4x4 for a total of 16 gigs of G-Skill 3200 millihertz memory. I actually got that for cheap. I only got it for around $80 or 4,000 pesos. So that's a really good deal, and that's why I actually was insisting on already buying a Ryzen, because the 3200 megahertz memory will actually boost the performance, because if you're not aware, Infinity Fabric, the one that allows communication between the core complexes, it actually depends on the bus speed is actually dependent on the memory speed. So we'll probably do some benchmarks later, but I'll need to fix this up first, and see you next time. Again, this is Louis Bog, and bye. See you next time.